Even if there are a lot of people that are not open-minded enough, there are a lot of people that are.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Belgian Jasper. If this is your first time on the channel, hit subscribe right now. Beyond the Black is a German heavy metal success story. The band is centered around the popular and famous singer Jennifer Haben, and a couple of months ago they released the album Hørizøns, which broke all the records. At the end of the year, the band released a very special COVID lockdown acoustic EP, so I sit down with Jennifer to talk all about the band, what they're working on, and their plans for the future.
Crosses grow on NCO when no soldier sleeps and we're held 6 feet deep.
So Jennifer, thank you so much for your time today. Very much appreciated. You guys just released, the special acoustic lockdown EP with 4 covers. That's a lot of fun. If we look at so far the YouTube views, the fans seem to prefer the Sabaton cover the most. What's your favorite?
I think I had a lot of fun with, of course, all the songs, but my most, what I was looking forward the most was to play cello for the first time on stage.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So that was something that I always wanted to do when I started playing cello in the beginning of 2019. So 2 years. But I was so looking forward to that, and I just had the time to say, okay, I have like 2 weeks now to prepare one song. I will do that now. So yeah, that was something that I was looking forward to, but it was a lot of work for me, a challenge for me privately. So yeah, I love that.
Okay. With cello, with saxophone that you play as well, with guitar, with piano. Is there a song that's high on your wish list, no matter what genre, that you would love to give the Beyond the Black treatment?
I would say, if you are on my Instagram page, you will see I love Disney. So of course, I would like to do a Disney song in BTB style someday, and I have some plans in my mind as well. Okay. And I talked to some people to do something, but yeah, I don't know yet when we can do it, because of course it's not priority. But yeah.
Okay, awesome. We'll keep our eyes open. Awesome. Well, I mean, obviously, the EP is not the biggest news for the band in the year 2020. You guys released Hørizøns, your 4th album. First of all, congratulations on the chart success that you've had. You personally already are somewhat more of a well-known name in Germany, but the band is definitely breaking through now. You know, the evolution that we've seen with your music kind of continues, and you know, you're taking the music in a different direction. It looks like every album, you guys feel more confident to kind of take it in a more personal direction, if that makes any sense. How do you look at that?
I exactly know what you mean with that, and it is some kind of what you said. So because when you of course when you start something that is also a bit new to you, so in my position I always say that I was not born as a metalhead, because I did not have like the parents that were metalheads or friends or something. So I grew into metal very late, so it was also that I wanted to grab some things that were like, okay, this is what I think this genre means, and I tried to do something with this, and I love that. Yeah. So because the first thing was the favorite thing for me of that genre was to show every single side of my soul, with yeah, super fast songs that are super powerful, and also the ballads that are super soft. So that is everything that is me. So that was the perfect genre for me. And of course, I started like with the basics, and then we, of course, with all the change within the band and all of that stuff. Also, there was a change of our style and what we personally brought into that music. And I think especially what happened during the last 1 or 2 years, not the 1, 2 or 3 years, was what created Hørizøns. Because there was, of course, the big German TV show that I was in that was most of all pop songs and all of that stuff. But it inspired myself. Also, the boys did stuff that inspired them. And we just said, okay, we started with symphonic metal. But is that what we feel right now? And are we comfortable enough to show what we are right now? So that was the only question that we had to answer. And it was creative. And we started with a song with Misery that is totally different to what we did before.
Here we stand together, defeat the demons of our past.
Because we wanted to free our minds to put something totally different, that we can say, okay, now we just can do songs that are more what we did before. So that was a breakthrough for us. So that is how we started writing Hørizøns, to free our minds and do what we are right now.
I'm breaking out of misery. This going to make history.
You mentioned TV show, but what maybe people here in Canada don't know, but what people definitely in Germany and Austria will know, is that you got started really with a talent show on German television, and and through that competition you basically became part of a all-girl pop rock band, as we've seen more television shows in the world. With that, and I've been following Beyond the Black's career a little bit, and it's very clear to see that in the beginning, when you were going full-blown symphonic metal, you have people that say, oh yeah, but she's really a pop girl, this is not real. And then when you go, okay, I'm gonna embrace more who I am, I'm adding more pop influences, those same people will probably now say, oh, it's not metal. Having lived your life so much already in the spotlight, and at still a young age, very experienced already, does that help with casting those comments aside? Are you able to, and can you guide your the band members? Some of the band members have played in multiple bands, but they have not been in the spotlight as much as you have. So is that something that you feel you have the experience to help them a little bit?
I don't know if it's really the long time that I'm in this business that made me stronger. I know that there was one point that definitely made me stronger, and that was the band change. When all the
first lineup,
members from the first 2 albums were leaving me. So that was the point that was the worst for me. Because that was that point where really, for me, everyone hated me. And this is something that is so extreme that has to make you stronger. So that is something that I can definitely, now say, okay, that one comment, who cares, really? Not everyone can love you. So, but when 99% of the people are talking shit about you, then maybe you have to think about what you did. In this case, I was not really the bad guy, but the people understood after a few years. But that is something that I definitely can tell my boys now as well, that it definitely can be worse, and that yeah, you have to not look at these super bad comments.
If your album enters the German charts, which is a significant thing, at the number 3 spot, a few negative comments from people that don't think you should have pop influences maybe are not really relevant at all to begin with.
Yeah, also that thing, I think really you have to be open in the music business, because you will not survive if you don't do that, because it is so diverse, the whole world now with the internet and all of that stuff, and the metal business or the metal community is so traditional and it has to open more and more and more to the world. And even if I understand that metal community understands itself as a big family, so we want to be a family and we don't want to include too many people. And I understand that, but in the end, if they want to keep their music alive, they have to allow their bands to open and to make crossover feature stuff and all of that stuff.
I'm a million light years away from you. Saved a million light years.
You're also, in a year from now, going to tour with Amaranth is a perfect example of a band that has embraced that change. You've played with Within Temptation, which is another perfect example of a band that has evolved to stay relevant. Are those bands maybe not influences but inspirations for you?
Definitely. Maybe also influences for the last album as well, I would say, because we were touring before or during that album we were writing, I don't know, but I know that we had that in mind why we're doing that album. So we saw, okay, it is possible to do that, and even if there are a lot of people that are not open-minded enough, there are a lot of people that are.
Now, I said earlier that, you got started in this TV show, but obviously you've been, playing music and singing much longer than that. On your Instagram page a few days or weeks ago, I think you posted one of your first band pictures of a 10-year-old with a couple of friends in Sankt Wendel, I believe.
Yes.
You also had a band at that time, or maybe a little bit later, with your brother called Speed?
That was that band.
Oh, that was that band. Okay.
That was that band.
I looked online. I don't think that there's any audio recordings available. I know that there are a couple of reviews of shows you played.
We have everything. My parents have everything, but nothing is in the internet.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of fans who would love to see that appear once on a bonus album. Can you tell us a little bit more about that band? Like what? Because you played saxophone in that band.
I played everything that I could in that band.
Okay.
I was always like, okay, we need a violin. I can play violin. So that was always like what I said. So awesome. I started Speed when I was 9. The reason was at first to really just have a band for the first school thing that you have in Germany. So the fourth year, after the 4th year, you go to another school, and for that
graduation
celebration, we wanted to have a band that is playing, and I wanted to sing in that. And after we played, a lot of people came to us and wanted to book us. And that was the point when Beyond the Black was started, because Beyond the Black Speed was started. Because I did not think, okay, I want to have a band for the next, I don't know, 50 years. What you think as a child, as a child. It was more like luck and an accident, and I was in that band 5 years then. After that, and we played cover songs most of all, and after a few years we also wrote songs, but just a few. But the main thing was to cover every different genre that is in the world. So it was German, English, French, it was rock, it was pop, it was, I don't know, a lot of different styles, rock and roll. Yeah, we also had AC/DC, TNT, and Highway to Hell. Highway to Hell was our final song always, because it was always like the most powerful song.
Forget my name and let me die. Oh.
We'll see you on stage one time again. Hopefully, you know, the renewed dates are the ones that will happen. Co-headline tour with Amaranth. What can you tell us about that? Because I'm sure you guys have big plans for 2021 already.
Of course, we have some plans that is top secret, but it has to do with acoustic stuff that I can say, and of course some online streams and all that stuff that you can expect from bands this year. But yeah, for next year, the tour with Amaranth will be huge. We really are looking forward to that, to really have a big party together when all of this is some kind of over. And yeah, we are co-headlining. That means that yeah, we play the same length of the set, and in the German-speaking areas, we are in the end of the evening playing, and Amaranth is
in the international space.
In the rest of Europe, of course. Yeah, that is the plan, and we have some specials. We have songs together, and we will perform hopefully that together, and we will of course put all the setup and all of that stuff to a whole new level. That is the plan.
Awesome. And until we get to that point, there's going to be about a year still of acoustic sessions, special surprises, more wine tastings maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. In private, of course.
All right, that's awesome. Well, Jennifer, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I think a lot of people had a lot of fun with the acoustic covers that you guys did, and clearly the Hørizøns has become a big success. So I'm sure there will be a lot of people, you know, impatiently waiting for the tour to kick off in 2022. Thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed talking to you, and we'll stay in touch.
Yeah, let's do that. Thank you so much for the interview.
You are awesome for watching this interview. Click right here to see more content and like it, and subscribe to the channel.